Have you seen what they're doing over at Google AI Studio? Amazing stuff with voice. Just recently, they made some new announcements, which has changed a lot for you and me as creative conductors. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, the benefits, and how you can use this to monetize it in the work that you do. I'm Terry Brock, and we'll be talking about how this can work for you in several different ways here in the new era of voice in AI Studio. You're going to be able to master Gemini with the text-to-speech for creative conductors. That's who you are. You're going to be able to do that, and I'm your guide as we go through this today. So let's get right into it. The voice revolution, you're going to see it's giving you ability to listen for a lot of things. To use this with your videos, use it with other social media. You're going to be able to use it also with audio only. Some big things there. It's beyond simple text generation. That's what we've done before, but now you're going to be able to get advanced Gemini models that turn text into, get this, ultra realistic resonant audio files. That means we're going way beyond just, hello, this is the AI bot talking to you. You know it's an AI bot because it smiles and does it that way. You ever seen those videos on YouTube? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The ones you go, I know that's an AI thing doing it, okay? Even though I find some, they've got good information, but it's like, come on, get something a little bit better. Well, here's the better thing you're going to be able to use. This is going to help you. Also, we're going to be looking at controllable AI that allows natural language, just the way that you and me as human beings talk, with prompts that dictate, get this, the style, the tone, and the pace. You'll be able to put in there, in parentheses, the kind of things you want to. Stay tuned, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. This is what you can do. You need to know exactly what we can do, then we'll show you exactly how to do that and how it works for you in some big ways. Then, emotional resonance. Hey, that's important. The resonance there that eliminates the robotic feel. That's what we've been talking about here. Of legacy speech systems, goes way beyond that. And we're going to hit the sweet spot of what you can do with that. There's a word count you can put in there for right now, and there's a way you can work around it. But I want to show you that. First of all, make note of this. It's about 300 maximum word count that you put in per segment. Now you can string these segments together, but it's per segment. So this is a golden rule for the results. You're speaking and you're sticking 1 to 2 paragraphs. That's approximately 150 to 300 words or so that you'll put in each generation. And this request is the validated standard for stability. Now that's a little bit constraining right now, but I get what they're doing. Google is doing a lot of things right. By the way, all of this that they're giving you is free. So you're in good shape. Hey, is free in the budget for you? Yeah, this will be good. So this is what you can use. Now, there's going to be more things you want to do. You're going to say, I need to do this. I really want to do that, and I can't. Well, this is where you use the tokens. And after a while, you can run out of tokens. And when you do, you can buy some more for like $10, $20. You can get something to get a whole thing done. So for business purposes, that's good. Don't be like some of the people that we've heard through our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs program. They go, oh, $10, $20. Look, this is business. I remember in business school, they told us, it doesn't really matter what you put in. What matters is the return on that investment. $10, if you're spending 5,000 $10 items, yeah, that adds up. So you don't want to spend that many. And by the way, that's something we can get into in social media with, oh, this one only costs $10. That only $20 a month. You add those together and it's a lot. But this one is a way that you can do it with Google AI Studio. So you might put in $20 right now, but then you use that up, you don't need any more. That's okay. They've got a good system that I think works and is fair for everyone all the way around, including those who are providing it. And this ensures the maximum control over what you're doing, your pacing, and it prevents the AI from rushing or dropping text at the end. This is important. So just make a note of it. Okay, you might spend a little bit more later, but I'm going to show you ways you can do it for a whole lot less right now. Here's some ways that you can do it. Think about it like 1 to 2 paragraphs, the ideal structure for a single generation request. So you're saying, okay, I only want this one thing here. You'll have it for that. It can work very nicely, 1 to 2 paragraphs. That makes a lot of sense with it. And 1 to 2 minutes, this can yield your continuous high quality audio files. The quality is amazing. It's giving you the WAV files, those WAV, MP3s you can also get. Those are good. You have to convert it. When I talked to Gemini, having it help me with how to use this, it told me you would go through something like a program that you can change that and convert it over. I'm using one called Audacity that has worked well for me for literally about 20 years. They keep making it better, and it's a free program. Very easy to use. So just make a note of that. Audacity, great little program for free, open source, and it lets you do that. And then also you can have zero latency. This prevents the cutoffs or the quality degradation. So by having the ability to do all of this, you can do a lot. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in just a moment. So you can put it together and then have some emergency protocols in place. What do I mean by that? Well, what you want to be able to do is manage the tokens and the quotas. So for instance, you want to have the flip billing switch going. You link a Google Cloud billing account to lift for the free tier rate limits instantly. So you can say, oh, all right, I did this. Oh, I just bumped into my limit. I can't do any more. In business, you're working on a project. You got to get it out because at 5 o'clock it's due for the client over here. You know what I'm talking about. Well, if you have a billing switch, you just say, okay, hold it. Jump over in here, take out $10. Give me $10, give me $20, whatever it might be, to get that running really well right now. Also, you can put in there to request quota adjustments. This gives you a cloud console that you're able to request it, and the multi-project fallback. So in other words, you're building in insurance so that, hey, you're going to be able to use this when the time is right. What you want to do is get into be able to clone a vibe. What do we mean by that? Well, we mean you're going to be able to take this and use the vibe coding thing that we heard from Andrej Karpathy, who used to work with OpenAI. Then he coined this term of vibe coding, which really makes you're going to go with the flow. You have fun doing it. You're doing it in a natural, easy way and letting the AI help you on that in a big way. This, I think, is the real key. So you're going to be able to do that with language. And here's how you'll do it. You'll do it with even standard library voices. Even that you can do it with. And you can manipulate the delivery through your natural language. I like this, being able to change it around to what you want it to be. And experimenting for this, and I'll show you what we can do on this. You can put in, use the word here, nervous, or excited, or scared, or a soft whisper. You literally put that in there and it understands exactly what you're talking about with it. So a lot of good things. Here's an example. You could put in there this quote, kind of as part of the prompt. Read this in a gravelly, slow, late night radio host accent. So you put it in there that way, and it gives you the ability to do, hey, a lot in there. I'll say a hell of a lot. Yeah, you can put that in there too. It makes it for you that you can use it. Let's be real. This is where you can be prompting. You can put in what you feel, how to make it work really well, and how to make this thing start going. Here's another way you can do it. You could put in there something like, read this in a fun, happy, upbeat tone, and keep it professional and fun and funny where appropriate. You have control over this to do what you want, the way you want it to work, and it can do that for you in a really good way. Oh, and there's some other things you can do as well. In that clone a vibe with language, what you can do, something like this. You can prompt the model to speak using specific styles and emotional tags. For instance, you could say this in a whispered, excited voice. Look at this, and orchestrate multi-speaker scripts. So you can have more than one. Yeah, you can have speaker one saying it this way, talking to speaker two. They're going back and forth. This is something that you can do with it in a huge way. This changes the way that you and I are really working with this in a big way. But the exceptionally good news for you and me, exceptionally good news is you're able to use this, get this, in social media, training and your courses, as well as on a global scale. What do I mean by that? Well, with social media, you can narrate the scripts for YouTube, TikTok, and Reels with emotive delivery. In other words, you're putting it in there with your voice if you want, but also with another voice. So you have this other voice that is saying it in a real excited or kind of a slow, sad voice. You can put that in there. Or, yeah, really, it'd be that way, kind of a sarcastic sound. All of this is possible, and we're able to do this here in a big way. And you can scale your e-learning content without needing a professional voice actor. This is heavy. Professional voice actors, they're good, we love them, but they charge. Hey, they're doing this for a living, they're working. You can now start doing this yourself, tweaking it, and be able to get it to a level where you're going to be able to use it a lot. And then on a global scale, hey, what you're going to be able to do here is you can instantly localize the content into dozens of regional accents and languages. As an example, I was looking at it and speaking Spanish. You can have it speak with a Mexico City Spanish accent and words that it uses. Down in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, they speak Spanish, but it's a little bit different. You know, there's some changes in here and that. You can put in that kind of slant. With this, you can change it and move it around. So now you can do it. It's kind of like, it reminds me of what George Bernard Shaw said long ago. He said that the United States and Great Britain are two peoples separated by a common language. I think he was right. And I think we can have those different nuances. So you can have someone in a British accent with a British tonality, yeah. Or you can come back to a general American. Or you can put in a Southern style in the American South so that it sounds a little bit like this, you know, a little bit different kind of accent. Well, you can put that in there if you want. Different accents are available and the possibilities are really going great on this. So this is something you want to look into. All these different flavors are available for you with this. And we're going to get into some of that and let you see exactly what it's like. The key is here, it's a quality jump. Gemini text to speech, that's a TTS, represents a massive leap in controllable human-like speech and synthesis. Really good for you. And if you got some questions on that, let us know at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. We've got some projects working with you on this to show you, but I want to show you exactly how this works. Let's take a look at it now. I'm going to show you a little trick that I'm using right now. You'll be able to use if you're working with Google Chrome, which many of us are. You can use this and be able to use it in a special way. Look what I'm doing right here. Notice that I've got a split screen. I have Google AI Studio here on the right, and then over on the left, and then on the right, I have Gemini running. You might think, whoa, what's that? And you see what I can do is I can take these two and I can have them go back and forth like that. Look at this. I'm making the Gemini larger. Now I'm sliding over here, making the Google AI Studio larger, back and forth. How do we set that up? Well, up here in the upper section, you'll see in the tabs, you're able to use this. And what you can do is you can go in here, and I've got a split tab running, so that now I can go in and set that up. You would go into something like this, you right click on it, and you'll see it'll give you the ability to add tab to your new split screen. That's what I did here, so you can have the two running at the same time. It gives me the ability to do, well, just a whole lot of good on this to show you how to use it. And you see what I've done here is I've set this up so that I've got a voice that I can choose. And you might think, well, how do we get these voices? Well, over here, see, I can select the various voices that are available. When I click on this, you'll see I'm able to see a lot of different tools that are available. Let's make the Google Chrome move out of the way a little bit because I don't need it as much right now, but believe me, it has helped me a lot on that. And look at all these different voices that are available. As I go through these, I can see several different voices. You might think, but what do they sound like? Well, here's some. I like this one here called AO Need. I'm not sure, I think I'm mispronouncing that, but it sounds pretty good when it sounds like this.
What kind of problem could we solve? What kind of problem could we solve?
Very nice. Or up here, another one.
Ready to build something awesome today?
There we are.
What idea do you want to bring to life? What kind of project are you thinking of?
And here's the one that I like. This is used quite often, called Sharon.
What do you want to explore?
I like that.
What do you want to explore?
So this is what I've got. I'm using Sharon over here, and you'll see I put this together. So I've got Sharon speaking there. This is what it sounds like for one that I have already put together. I put this one together here. Let me get this out so you can see a little bit more of what's going on here. And you'll see down here in the bottom, I've got the play signal, so I can use this, click on the play button, and it gives me the ability to play back what I've put in here already. Listen, and what I did here, this creator to creator, I took the context and the speech that some material that I had, I put it in here, and I said, okay, let me put that in there. And I just copied it, moved it in there so that I can then paste that in. So a copy and paste works really well for the kind of things that you and I are going to need to do, and how we're going to need to make those work, and how we're going to have them work together for us in a really nice way. So I'm going to show you what I do and how you can do this as well. I'm right here on my screen working in the AI studio right here. And what I've got is a script that I put in here that all I did was go over to an article that I wrote, and just a little piece of it. You see just a few words, put those in there, and I copied it and then pasted that in there. So it's in there, looks really nice, very simple, easy to use, and you'll see how we use that. Just move through it very easily, works nicely. And then I can take this and I can do a lot with it. And you'll see down here in the bottom, I've got the audio ready to go that I put in before, so it sounds like that. Let's listen to some of this audio and what it sounds like when I click on this down here.
Like so many times before, it is not about either or, it's both and. In content, the winners won't be the most AI-ish brands, they'll be the most human brands powered by the smartest AI. That is the key. It's about leveraging the daylights out of AI. It is about you and me as human beings.
Okay, you get the idea. Now that might be a little bit more. For me, that's probably just a little too much on what I want there. But what I can do is I can change that very nice and very easily. I can use this for several different tones and be able to change it very nicely and very easily in here. Notice what I put in here. It says very excited. Notice that I put in here, well, I put in that very excited. That's one you might use occasionally, but I wouldn't want to leave that in there all the time. I'm doing it right now just for an experiment. And then you'll see down here at the bottom where it says whispering, I put that in there. So that's how you do it. This is amazing what we can do. Just within the brackets, you put in whispering or excited like you just won the lottery kind of thing. Whoa, okay, there's a place for that, maybe in a small portion, but then the rest of it, you might want it to be more instructive, helpful, and very casual. So putting in pauses like that, having it pause, you could even have it read very carefully. This is the amazing features that we have with this. This gives you a lot of capability. So don't forget, one of the things you want to make a note of, this has a lot of different voices here that you can go through, you can see what they are, and what you'll want to do is listen to them. You just look at one, you'd come over on the side, and you say, oh, okay, I want to hear what this one has to say. How does this one sound?
Got a project in mind?
There we are.
What idea do you want to bring to life?
I can see some real cases for that.
What do you want to explore?
I like it.
What's a skill you'd like to develop? What's a skill you'd like to develop?
See, so that's real handy. So if I say, gee, I want to use that. Matter of fact, let me just change my mind here. Instead of Sharon, I want to come down here and go with that one right here. Let's listen to this one again.
What idea do you want to bring to life?
Okay, I like that one. Sounds like a very intelligent young lady that's being able to do something. So this one I'm going to select here as the current. When I come over here, it doesn't automatically change it. What I need to do is to come down here on the bottom where it says run. You'll notice we have the word run in there. I need to click on that and that will revise it. It takes a few seconds. Matter of fact, let me do this right now while we're doing it here. I'm clicking on run. And you'll see as I clicked on run, now it's showing me stop. It's going through that and it's going to take a few seconds to do this. This is a few seconds, by a few seconds, I mean, I'm recording this in real time right now, letting you experience exactly how long this is going to take for the little snippet that I had in there. Usually
Like so many times before, it is not about either or. It's both and. In content, the winners won't be the most AI-ish brands. They'll be the most human brands powered by the smartest AI. That is the key. It's about leveraging the daylights out of AI. It is about you and me as human beings leveraging the daylights out of AI to tap into what it can do best and then bringing in our own human feeling to make it sparkle. As I like...
Okay, I'm going to pause that right there, but you get the idea. That's got some real capabilities. Now, each one is a little different, and yes, there's times you're going to think, oh, I don't want that. Good. You can try what you want, and you might want that extra sparkle for just that one word. That's fine. You can say, sparkle, I want that in here. I want it to sound really excited. Now go back to a regular, casual conversation that is business related, informative, casual, etc. This is what we can do with it. And this is pretty amazing when you get down to it. And so I want to hear from you. What do you think? What are your thoughts on how this works, the capabilities and the features that are available for you? We're in the early stages right now. And yes, when you use up your coins, you're going to have to, those tokens, the coins that we have, you're going to have to put in a little extra money. Not a whole lot, but it will be some. And some people don't want to spend any money. Oh, if it's more than $10, I don't want to do it. Well, no, they don't want to do that. You're going to get someplace in life when you invest your time, your money, your energy. You'll be able to do it. And to do that for you, to help you get the most from your investment, we have Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. And don't click away on that. This is important because you are able to use this, and something going to be good for you. If you click on like, you're going to be able to get more videos like this that are helping you in a practical way. And you share it, hey, the people you share it with are going to love this thing. And subscribe. We would love to have you subscribe to us so that you're there. There's no charge. This is part of the thing in YouTube. And we got something special for you. This is for you, a nice training course for you and your team that can use it. Go over to AI Tools 4, the number 4, biz.com. AITools4biz.com. Or if you're catching this on video, there's a QR code right there, right above me. You can click on that and see it very well. We cover not only what's happening here, but other tools as well, so that you get a good comprehensive view of what's happening, and you get to select which tools are the ones you want to use and how you're going to use them in a big way. This is a game changer. Throughout history, those who have embraced technology and used it to get ahead have won. This is what you want to do right now, and now is the time to do it. And we've got another video right over here that's going to tell you about how you can tap into the power of this in a really big way. Take advantage of it. I'm Terry Brock. Thank you for joining me for this, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Please leave a comment wherever you're getting this. We want to hear from you and get your opinion.